I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Michael Bay is kinda crazy. All directors are kinda crazy, and that's okay. Especially if that director is named Michael Bay. He loves explosions, and for that they pay him. When Bay makes mayhem, they actually call it Bayhem.
Bingo.
Some say that big-budget action films are a lost art. As a teen, Michael Bay worked for the storyboard department for Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was a great learning experience to work on a film that iconic. But now Michael Bay doesn't use storyboards. Isn't that ironic? He is close friends with George Lucas and often seeks his advice. He made music videos for Meatloaf and Vanilla Ice.
Coming straight from the heart of Vanilla Ice. I love you.
Michael Bay makes movies for teenage boys. Those are his biggest fans. He won the Gold and Silver Lion for his commercial work at Cannes. Bad Boys was Michael Bay's first film. He was just starting, and at first he did not get along with Martin. For him, making Bad Boys was not very fun. A limited budget caused him to often squeeze 4 shooting days into one. Michael Bay called the Bad Boys script real shit. It was saved by the improvisation of Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. This Porsche 911 in the movie is actually owned by Michael Bay. Michael gave up a quarter of his salary to film the climax because the studio refused to pay. Mr. Bay says he's dissatisfied with this film, but it seems pretty good to me. He cast Will Smith and Martin Lawrence after seeing them on TV. Michael Bay likes his movies loud and fast. The premiere of The Rock was held on Alcatraz. This movie is Michael's favorite of his own. The average shot only lasts 2.5 seconds to create a chaotic tone. Michael Bay's films give us those action movie feels. For The Rock, he actually casts some Navy SEALs. On the set of his movies, Michael Bay can sometimes get mad and pissed. He worked closely with Ed Harris so the audience could feel sympathy for the antagonist. You know that part where Nicolas Cage is blown through the air and there's fire? Well, if you look really close, you can see a wire. Michael Bay lives in action movie heaven. Fan theories say Sean Connery is playing an older 007. Director Michael Bay directs action directly in your direct direction. Armageddon and The Rock are in the Criterion Collection. There was tension on set between Bay and the executives of The Rock. Sean Connery said Bay was doing a great job and told the executives to stop. This is my favorite Michael Bay film, probably. Bay says the drama was scripted, but the actors improvised the comedy.
How, in the name of Zeus's butthole, did you get out of your cell?
Then Michael Bay took on the apocalypse. Now, he made Armageddon the same year as Deep Impact. Wow. He became the youngest director to have a movie make $1 billion worldwide. Michael Bay says Armageddon is his worst film, but at least he tried. Michael Bay is a master of disaster, and this film worked closely with NASA. This is on Roger Ebert's list of most hated. The average cut is only 1.5 seconds to leave the audience jaded. Ben Affleck pointed out some plot holes and Michael Bay told him to shut up and don't talk. This film has the same president as The Rock. He covered the set with Rice Krispies for a sound effect trick, but the Rice Krispies rotted, and the crew got sick. Some people refused to work with him again, and that includes Bruce Willis. Armageddon is a fun movie about an asteroid trying to kill us. The shuttle launch in Armageddon was 100% real. It has many scientific errors, but Bay says it's just a movie, so it's no big deal. Michael Bay always pushes himself to try something harder. He shot 1 million feet of film for the movie Pearl Harbor. Watching this film is like blowing up history books. Kate Beckinsale said Michael Bay would insult her looks.
You are just so...
He quit the movie 4 times over budget issues. That's Michael Bay for ya. For research, he would watch Midway, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, In Harm's Way, Memphis Belle, and Tora Tora Tora. Some reports say that Bay is an abusive director. He's a Hollywood menace. Pearl Harbor has the most movie explosions ever, according to Guinness. The film's premiere was held at the real Pearl Harbor, and that's an actual fact. The movie Pearl Harbor cost more than the actual attack. At the time, Pearl Harbor held the record for the biggest film production budget. Film critics hated it, but Bay said he got letters from Pearl Harbor survivors saying they loved it. A Hawaiian priest blessed the film set. The ceremony took 4 hours. plane with explosives is one of Michael Bay's superpowers. A stunt pilot crashed his plane and broke his finger. It's okay, he's a tough guy. The actors are really flying those planes, that's not CGI. Ben Affleck's character is loosely based on real war hero Joe Foss. There were over 3,000 crew members on set and Michael Bay was their boss.
You ready? Now!
Michael Bay's movies create a lot of Hollywood buzz. And remember the Bad Boys 2 jokes in that movie Hot Fuzz? Streetlights were destroyed because of a Bad Boys 2 out-of-control vehicle. Bay had to shut down production to settle some matters that were legal. When it comes to action, Michael Bay has raised all the bars. He attached cameras to speeding automobiles as they were crashing into falling cars. Michael Bay makes films with the fire in his belly. And for the birth scene in The Island, he used 154 gallons of KY jelly. Michael Bay loves West Side Story, for Pete's sake. And you know that movie Logan's Run? Well, The Island is considered a remake. After making films about clones and bad boys, Michael Bay started a franchise based on some rad toys. Michael Bay did something weird with character names. He named Megan Fox's character after himself, Michaela Baines. Some say Bay is a sexist, and some say sexism is offensive. Who helped with the film's production? Well, the US Department of Defense did. The on-set explosions were very dangerous, they had to run fast. A release date was set before they had a script and cast. Sometimes Michael acts as his own camera guy. He said Transformers was inspired by Close Encounters and Seven Samurai. Michael Bay's films are fun. Michael Bay's films are nonsense. He had a meltdown on stage at a Samsung press conference.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank Michael Bay for joining us.
Bay had bulletproof glass around his cameras, but he didn't protect Shia LaBeouf. He spent $150 million on practical effects stuff. But don't get me wrong, he also plays the computer effects game. It took ILM 38 hours to animate a single frame. To shoot Transformers in the USA, he took a pay cut of 30%. His films have never lost money, so I guess that's how he pays the rent. Michael Bay says the tone of Revenge of the Fallen is Apocalypse Now meets Ben-Hur. There were 47 product placements in this film, more than I can even remember. In Shia's dorm room, there's a Bad Boys 2 poster. That's a Michael Bay shout-out to Michael Bay. Some say these two robots depict people of color in a negative way. Megan Fox got upset at Michael for filming her butt more than her face. Michael Bay uses a quick cutting style to establish a chaotic pace. To process the CGI of Transformers 2, it took 140 terabytes. Michael Bay says he's disappointed in the climactic robot fights. In 2007, the writer's strike caused the script to have a weak plot, and over 100 million feet of film was shot. Michael Bay made Megan Fox go on a cake diet. She gained 10 pounds. You should try it. This holds the record for the biggest bomb filmed with actors close by. I'm not surprised. And on-set Shia LaBeouf was injured and almost became blind in his eyes. Michael Bay's films are dangerous. Revenge of the Fallen caused a house fire, for instance. The royal Jordanian family loves Transformers and they gave Bay their Air Force for assistance. On set, Michael Bay can be a barking loon. 532 vehicles were destroyed while filming Transformers Dark of Moon. This film made a lot of hard-earned cash. He reused a shot from The Island. That's the same car crash. He was honored for his directing with a Razzie. Megan Fox was fired for calling him a Nazi. Michael put cameras on skydivers' helmets as they fell to the ground. A big inspiration for this film was Black Hawk Down. When Michael Bay makes a movie, the audience does flock. The director of The Rock made a film with The Rock. Yes, Michael made a film with Mr. Dwayne. It's based on a true story, Pain and Gain. Michael made his actors really bulk up big. For Pain and Gain, he used his own personal cameras for this gig. Bay made Marky Mark get a fake tan every week. Michael and the actors took pay cuts to keep things cheap. This is a great Michael Bay film, it's actually really funny. Michael did another Transformers film so Pain and Gang could get some studio money. While filming Age of Extinction, men attacked him with an air conditioner. But don't worry, he's fine. In the crazy life of Michael Bay, this kind of stuff happens all the time. The film will give you robotic satisfaction. 70 minutes of Transformers 4 is dedicated to action. This is a 2-hour and 45-minute long movie. T.J. Miller said working with Bay did not go smoothly. Michael Bay has cinematic stamina. This is the first feature film to be shot with an IMAX 3D digital camera. 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi depicts a very tragic day. This film's cinema score rating is an A. They designed the set to look exactly like the real place. Michael Bay takes real war stories and throws them in your face. Michael Bay burnt his hair after something exploded wrong. The original cut of 13 Hours was 4 hours long. On set, Michael Bay screams and hollers. Transformers: The Last Knight had a budget of $260 million. They'll be making Transformers films forever, long after we're dead. Michael Bay has a custom-made camera from Red. Sometimes his film's plots don't make sense, but what you gonna do? He always features flags with the red, white, and blue. It's always exciting when Michael Bay's celluloid is in motion. There's only one way to end this, with a Michael Bay explosion.